morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always, told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to start and have a look at Oddish. You see this Oddish card? This is a real Oddish card. Now, I know some of the times when I show you cards and go, hey, this is actually real, a lot of the time it's more impressive cards. So things like Special Delivery Bidoof. That was a card that when we first saw Special Delivery Bidoof, no one actually thought that was a real card. Everybody thought that was a Bidoof. I'm just rolling with that. But it turned out to be real and everybody loved it because it was Special Delivery Bidoof. This one, on the face of it, doesn't seem like such a weird deal. It is, at the end of the day, an Oddish. And look, we're not going to spend a lot of time... Actually, no, to be fair, this is actually a weirdly playable Oddish. Like a strangely playable Oddish. We'll get to that in a minute. But the reason why this is so weird is because this was a card that was created for Path to the Peak. It wasn't actually a real card. And then it's becoming a real card, which is awesome! There's basically a thing on the Pokemon website at the moment, which is Discover Pokemon Together Oddish. Find out how this little grass and poison type Pokemon has had a huge impact on Pokemon history for over 25 years. And then it talks about Oddish in various guises. We're not worried about any of them. We are worried about this weird new promo card. Well, this promo card, here's what we're told. The Path to the Peak fun isn't done. Path to the Peak, of course, was the TV show, and Oddish was... Well, let's actually go back a little bit. The recently released limited series, Path to the Peak, showcases Ava's inspiring discovery of the fun of the Pokemon trading card game. Joined by her partner, Oddish, she tests her skills and pushes her talents to see how great of a player she can be. And then, it's available, and you should watch it, incidentally. It's awesome. Well, following on from that, players can get a special Pokemon TCG promo card featuring the Oddish from the series. Stay tuned for information on how to get this special card, plus look for Oddish in Scarlet and Violet 151, which features every Pokemon from the original Kanto Pokédex. Now, one thing that is very, 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 very important here, because I've already seen people making this mistake, this is not the Oddish from Scarlet and Violet 151. Now, I'm not saying it's not going to be a Scarlet and Violet 151 promotion. Maybe it will be. I'm saying this is not the Oddish from Scarlet and Violet 151. One of the coolest things about Scarlet and Violet 151, one of the things that makes me really happy, is that the Pokemon have a set number which matches their Pokédex number. Oddish is number 43 in the Pokédex, so Oddish in 151 has the number 43. We know the Oddish is coming in 151. We've seen Oddish in 151. This is not the Oddish from 151. This is the Oddish from 151. It got revealed like weeks ago. It's got lovely Sekio artwork. This is actually way better than the Oddish from 151. We'll have a proper look at that in a second. But, yeah, this is not the Oddish from 151. We have seen the Oddish from 151. This ain't it. Good? Good. So, we don't know exactly how it's being given out. We don't know how it's being made available. But we do know that it is real. I mean, take a little bit of a look at this tweet that was sent out. It's got a little screenshot with it showing the Oddish in the actual TV series, and that's kind of awesome. Because, I mean, look, we looked at a couple of other cards from this series a little while ago, and I asked the question, are these real? I never said they were, because I like to try and be very honest on this channel, and I'm not going to come along and tell you a card is real until I know it's real, or I am completely convinced it's real. And when we looked at these the other day, I wasn't convinced they were real. I thought there was a chance at the time. I still think there's a chance now. I hope that they're real, but I couldn't tell you one way or the other for certain whether they were in fact real. And of course, it did include the Vileplume. Still no word on that one, unfortunately. And the Miss Magius EX. Again, no word on that one. And these might still end up not being real cards. And if they're not real cards, that's absolutely fine. It would be lovely if they were. I would absolutely love them. I would love it if this was kind of the precursor to a Path to the Peak set. That would be amazing. I will say, putting my analytical hat on for a moment, the fact that Pokemon have come out and made a real big deal about the fact that this Oddish is going to be released kind of would suggest to me that maybe the other cards aren't. Now, this is not official. This is just a prediction on my part. But it does seem a bit like, hey, we're bringing out an Oddish, when they could have been like, hey, there's going to be a Path to the Peak set. Oh, and by the way, it's being headlined by an Oddish. There is absolutely a chance that they're showing off the Oddish now and they're getting ready for the rest to be revealed and shown off and released later down the line. Absolutely. But it's not something I could say with certainty yet. And here's the thing. This is actually a, legitimate card. Now, look. It's got to be taken in context, right? When I say this is a legitimate card, what I don't mean is people are going to be playing decks built around this Oddish and it's going to rule the format. That is not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that for an evolving basic, this has a really, really good, interesting attack. Because for 2 grass energy, Grass Knot does 20 damage for each colorless energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. And this actually works very, very nicely with, for instance, the Spidops from Scarlet and Violet, the card I was lucky enough to be able to have the English language reveal of. And yes, I'm showing you the full art. That's the one I revealed on this channel. I am allowed my biases, they're my videos. I am always going to show you the full art because that's the one that I revealed, not the regular. But that increases retreat cost while doing 90 plus 30 for each grass energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. And then, of course, let's not forget we've got Leafeon V Max. That has a very similar thing going on, whereby you're doing extra damage for each energy in your opponent's active Pokemon's retreat cost. 60 times for that one. And this fits very nicely into that. And this isn't the Oddish from Scarlet and Violet 151. Firstly, I've shown you the one that is. Secondly, look at the number. It's Scarlet and Violet promo 102. We literally know which promo number it is. This is 100% not the one from 151. But the Gloom and the Vileplume from 151 are actually super duper interesting. Gloom, when you evolve into it, you get to look at the top 3 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy you find to your Pokemon in any way that you like. And then the Vileplume, when you evolve into it, lets you look at the top 8 cards of your deck and attach any number of basic energy you find there to your Pokemon in any way that you like. So we've actually got a really good Gloom and a really good Vileplume in terms of accelerating energy. My job in this video is not to sit here and try and convince you this Oddish is absolutely brokenly, ridiculously great. It's not. But I have taken it upon myself to try and convince you guys that Vileplume is worth having a little bit of a look at. And also that if you're playing Vileplume, this is the best Oddish. As a side note, what else you playing? In terms of Oddish, I showed you the one a minute ago from 151. There's nothing really great about that. We do have the one from Obsidian Flames that can draw a card, but it's only got 50 HP, so no. There's the one from Crown Zenith, but it's only got 50 HP, so no. There's the one from Lost Origin that's got a significantly worse attack and only got 50 HP, so no. So if you're playing an Oddish, you're either going to be playing the 60 HP one that came around, or is coming around in 151, or this one, and this one has just got way better attacks. So it is actually, as far as it goes, by far the best Oddish. In terms of Vileplume, do remember we had the one in Lost Origin that for free energy lets you do 90 and flip a coin. If heads, they can't play a supporter. If tails, they can't play item cards. I don't think it's good enough on a stage 2, incidentally, but it is, it's got a nice little annoying attack. It's got one that can hurt your opponent and slow them down and ruin some of their options. Again, not actually saying it's going to end up being a great deck or anything like that. I'm absolutely saying it could be kind of annoying and funny. Do remember, of course, that Oddish doesn't just have one evolution line, it's got 2. So we've also got the Blossom, that's the other stage 2 you can choose from, in Obsidian Flames. Flip a coin for each energy attached to this Pokemon, 90 for each heads. Obviously combos nicely with a Gloom and Vileplume from 151 that can get a bunch of energy on the field. And I suppose we got the one from Crown Zenith as well that flips 3 coins, 80 for each heads, and then switch to the bench. It's got 120 HP on a stage 2 and a really flippy attack. I'm not loving it, ladies and gentlemen. And I know the Blossom from Obsidian Flames also has a flippy attack, right? That hasn't passed me by. But the difference with that one is you can basically just keep piling energy on and keep getting extra flips, which is why I don't mind it so much. It is weird to me that this has actually ended up being like a real legitimate card. I did not see that coming. But I love that it's coming. I love that it's cool. And honestly, anytime Pokemon wants to do something like this, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be excited. If we could, however, is there any chance that we could maybe get the rest of the Path to the Peak cards? I would like that very much indeed. Right, for now, ladies and gentlemen, that's what you need to know, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this, Oddish. Tell me if you want the other cards from Path to the Peak. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk about, well, a whole bunch of fun things like Oddish. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, join a Discord, and all kinds of fun things. And get shout-outs on the channel, like the lovely Kiridum, who's been a supporter of ours for a long time now, and seems to be a very lovely person indeed. So shout out to them for the support and the loveliness. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.